So a lot of you have heard me talk about having remote speakers at an event, specifically weddings. We talk a lot about having a speaker, a smaller speaker on the other side of the room and maybe a couple of spots to help with the microphone during the dinner time that everyone can hear. We can spread the music out and not have a really loud point source, which is by the dance floor. Well, sometimes you need to have a speaker in an additional room, completely additional room. And this could be a great option for that. Let's take a look at this. This is the Samsung, this is the Expedition Explor right here. This is a three-way speaker. You've got your driver and you've got a couple little tweeters and you've got kind of a tiny little mid-range in here, a couple of inch, about a 2-inch, 2.5-inch mid-range. And this is a battery-powered speaker that can be taken in a lot of different places. This is really designed for kind of the busker type entertainer where you're going out and you're going to put a guitar into it and have a microphone and do a little singing and have some music. That's what this can do. Let's take a look at the back of it. Now, you'll notice I have this little thing plugged into it. This is actually the wireless microphone that comes with it. There has a wireless capability that is all, the receiver is all powered by the USB port that you see right here. That is, in this particular case, what we're doing is that's coming into channel 1. We can also use channel 1 take this out, and we could use it as a regular, just running an XLR in here, and then off we go. But I've got 2 channels here for the in and out. I've got a Bluetooth channel, which can be either the Bluetooth or we have a little the aux in right here. This is an 1/8-inch jack. So I could plug my mobile device in here if I didn't have Bluetooth or didn't want to do the Bluetooth thing, because there's times where Bluetooth may not be the best option. But in this particular case, what we're going to demo is we're doing the Bluetooth in. So I've got the ability to control the volume on the Bluetooth. I've got the ability to control the volume on my microphone up here. And then I've got the additional channel. Down at the very bottom, we've got our bass mid. We've got a 3-band EQ, bass mid, and the treble. And of course, the power switch and what have you. We can bounce out with a line out, and that would allow us to go to a different device of some sort. Why I think this is a really cool thing for a lot of us to be looking at for our events as that remote speaker, specifically in a second room. First off, this is at a great price point. It sounds good and it's at a great price point. So you're not going to, if it's over in a different room and something happens to it, heaven forbid that can happen, but you're not out $1,000. You're definitely in a better spot than that. Secondly, when it comes to microphones, yes, I can plug a wired microphone in here and have some sound, but this comes with a wireless microphone. Now, this is the little microphone that comes with it. It is powered by, I'm just going to open this up. It's got a spot in here for 2 AA. And this is actually one little thing. These are rechargeable AA's, and I'll put a link in the description for you guys to check this out. These are the Any-Loop batteries. These are something that actually I use not only in my microphones, but I also use them in my things for the mouse on the computer, my little pad, where anything basically where it's using the AA batteries. Definitely check into these. These are great, and there's a charger that I would recommend too. I'll put all those links in the description. But once you've got your batteries in, then I'm going to just turn this a little bit. It's a really quite simple configuration. We plug this in, and yes, there's some pairing and different things that can happen with it, but I can turn it on, and then you see the little orange light go on right there, and then I can turn the volume up a little bit, and there I am. Now, why I think this is such a cool little system is that now, can you see that orange light right there? I'm going to shut the microphone off and it goes off. Why I like this though is that it is a quick and easy thing. I can have a microphone in a different room. One of the problems I've had in the past when I've had a speaker in the other room and I wanted to plug a mic in, I plug the mic in, I have like a 10-foot cord, and I'm still too close and I'm getting some feedback. This particular way, I can go and plug it in. We're wireless. I can do that. I can turn this up. I can turn it up. And then I could walk over there. I'd actually not be talking yet. I could turn this almost all the way up. And now I'm getting to the point where I'm getting some ring, but I'm loud enough so that people could hear my announcement over there. And I still had more volume to go. That's a big thing for me because there's times where I'm wanting to make an announcement in that additional room and I don't really want it to come over the sound system. This would be a great option. And then when I'm done, literally, doink, doink, and I'm done. So we're going to set that off to the side. It also comes with a little extension, a USB extender. So if I needed to extend it and then put it up and such or off so it could be down, whatever, I can do that a little bit. I could see where I could maybe bring it up and have to put it on the top. Somehow I'd make it so it'd be higher. Yeah, great. But that way it's not sticking out the back. I get that. All right, so we're going to go and test how much volume we can get out of this. We're Bluetooth into this from the iPad, and I've got the decibel reader here that we're going to be using for this, and I've used this with a lot of our different speaker tests. Right now, it's Bluetooth in, and I've got the device pretty much wide open, and you can hear it's coming through just a little bit. I can't actually turn it down enough to completely defeat that when the iPad is pretty much wide open with its signal. It is what it is. If I hit pause over there, you wouldn't hear a thing with that. So it is what it is. So we're going to see how loud this can get on the decibel reader. I'm going to go with a kind of a mid. I'm looking in the 80 to 110 decibel range, and this is going to give us at about 18 inches away for where you're going to be able to see this. We've done variations of this with different speakers and such. So if you've seen some of our other tests, it'll give you an idea of what we're going to be doing. The song, it's a song that has a little bit of a thump to it. I wanted to loop it so that hopefully YouTube wouldn't catch this and block our video, so you'd be able to see here and such. It has a little bit of a bass thump to it, so let's turn it up and see where we're going to go here. I think that's about as hard as I would want to drive that. And again, that was pretty loud right here. This is a cocktail level type of a thing. And then at 102, that's not cocktail. And it's got, again, this is a Pitbull song that we're just looping just to get that hit. It's going to give you an idea that it can get pretty loud, but for a cocktail, it's pretty, I think it's going to be something that's really, really kind of cool. What I want to do, though, is our final test, is we're going to plug this mic back in. And I'm going to show you just literally how we do that. I mean, there's like no magic to this whatsoever. So we've got that. We're going to put a little of that music back to it. But I'm going to turn this mic almost all the way up, and I'm going to step away and then turn it on. So I'm going to turn it up to about 3 o'clock on this. So that's wide open. So 5 o'clock's wide open. We're going to go to 3 o'clock, and I'm going to go a ways, and then we're going to see how loud it is to give you an idea of what it can do that way. I'm standing about 20 feet away from the speaker right now, and it is time for tonight's meal. Grab your plate, grab your fork, head up to the buffet. We've got beef, we have chicken, we have pork, we have rice, we have everything you could ever want for tonight's meal. Let's dig in. So that gives you a little idea of what this sounds like with a little bit of music. And again, it wasn't a great example of music on that, but coming through a Bluetooth speaker and such, it sounds really quite good. Is it as good as some of the $1,000 ones? Not quite. Is it better than some of the ones who are in the 500 range? Oh yeah, it definitely is. It has a nice warm sound, and it's really enjoyable to listen to. It can get pretty loud. You saw that decibel reading. It gets over 100 decibel right here. So it can give you some decent volume. And I was pushing it to the point of where we still had more volume to go. We had more headroom, but I didn't want to push it any harder than that because that's really for that cocktail remote speaker. That's where you're going to want it to be. If you're going to be running it for a remote speaker for a dance, you would probably want to find a way to start to remove some of the bass on that. And then you'd be able to have it as a fill speaker. But even that, most of the time it's time to, once the music cranks up, it's time to take those speakers down and store them for the next time, because these are something set up for that cocktail music where you can have this wireless connection into the other room with the music. And then, of course, using that microphone to make an announcement in that room that doesn't have to interrupt all the conversation in the main room. We'll put a link in the description below so you can go check this out. This is the Expedition Explor here from Samsung, and it is something I think a lot of us, especially in its price range, are going to definitely want to check out.